have a writing project you would like to see published? Maybe we can help you launch your dream.
Then, a harpoon is used to make a hole in the clay plug in the front pouring spout, allowing molten metal to flow into the ladle. Filling the molds is a carefully choreographed process requiring 2 people to maneuver the heavy ladle full of molten iron, a person to operate the crane, a person to help align the ladle and monitor the fill, and a 5th person with sand to cover any molten iron that might spill out.
Who do you want to tell your stories? Someone who doesn't live here? Or someone who doesn't know you or know your personality or the personality of our county? Or do you want the people who live there? We live in such a rural area, and a lot of our news broadcasting, our journalism, especially on a mainstream level, are all out of our county. Most of the time, whenever we have anything being broadcast, it's either a tragedy or an unfortunate event, or they're skimming it over and it's a 2-second happy video. To really get to the meat and potatoes in the heart of Calaveras County, It really comes down to the locals showing that side. CCTV offers that no other broadcast does, that feeling of home. So you have creators that live in this area, they know this area, they love this area, and they're going to show those gems that are hidden or just breezed over. We want everybody to be able to get their hands on this equipment. Not everybody can unless they have the funding. CCTV eliminates that. So we definitely are a free resource for people who want to go film and get those stories told without worrying about that burden of cost. And we don't want anybody who has a story or a purpose to be hindered because they can't afford to buy a camera or to buy audio or any of that. So our goal is to get that local content and to make sure that everybody is able to. When the studio got made, it was mostly focusing on TV. But as we've evolved with technology, I mean, we have so many different avenues to be a creator. It's giving life to something that you're passionate about. And CCTV gives you that home to do that. Making content is not hard. Making good content, it does take skills. It does take a form of education to learn your equipment, to learn how to work with lighting, work with sound if you're doing video. Just like anything else that you would strive for. Anybody can come into CCTV and learn how to handle the equipment. CCTV is public access television. TikTok it's a little bit different. You're kind of alone doing it by yourself without having your group, your community surrounding you. It does get very, very lonely. If you look at entertainment, if you look at filmmakers, most of the time filmmakers don't work alone. They work in a group of very trusted individuals that they can kind of throw ideas off of, and they can work through, and they don't get those creative blocks that you would on your own. So the difference between CCTV and just say that you're working on your own platform is that community. It's that networking. It's that getting out of your shell and asking people, hey, what do you think? Versus just seeing people's comments, the faceless comments of, hey, you can change this, you can do this. It's individuals that are able to walk you through of why this works, why this doesn't work, how to grow it. And the other difference is a lot of people who start off in social media don't have the right equipment. So it's a whole different feel, and we are a professional studio. Once they're trained and they have an understanding, then they can start shooting their own shows. They can start going out into the field, borrowing our field kits so people can start producing their own content, and then they return the equipment back. And so it's a free resource. You don't have to take on that $1,000 charge of trying to buy a camera or trying to see if you even like going out there and shooting stuff. It gives you an opportunity to test it out to see if this is even the right direction of where you want to put your money. And not everybody has that opportunity to go buy expensive equipment. And this gives this community the resources that you can still create and still go out and produce local content that is very, very important. We are nonprofit, so we are not striving to make anything from anybody. Our First Amendment is to have freedom of speech and to be able to get our voices heard. And by being able to access our free rental programs or are coming in and using the studio, your voice being able to be heard in your diversity of our community and our people around here without having the restraints of, can you afford to do this? You can, because it doesn't cost you anything. So yeah, I think it's definitely here to help the community. We give you those tools to make sure that your voice is heard. I think Paul Moeller, who is our founder, that was his goal, is he wanted the voices of the unheard to be heard. And so we would like to keep striving in that direction. And so who do you want to tell your story?